Okay, Blencoe Falls, going to head up there, Cairns to Blencoe Falls, do a run on the bike. I've just packed it up and just going to have a bit of a test run to see how all this gear goes. I bought some Nelson gear, rig gear, adventure riding packs, so I've loaded them up just for a bit of a test run. It's an overkill, only going up there for the night, but just give it a run, see how it goes. So I plan on doing a couple of weeks around Queensland, probably next month sometime, so we'll just see how we go. Alright, Cairns, Blencoe Falls, here we go. Got Cairns up the top here, and we've just headed back up the range. Now we're going to head across the tablelands, and around about 3 hours to go. What have we got? 215 kilometres. So hopefully there about 5 o'clock, well before dark. Anyway, I'm going to go a cup of coffee, I think. Alright, just pulled up at Hot Springs. It's all volcanic water around here in the creek. Beautiful spot to get down and warm up on a nice winter's day. Been camping here in winter. If you ever look over the back over here, there's the creek itself. So there's a nice patchy bit of grass you can chuck a tent up in. And that water over there, a couple of places, it would have to get up to about 90 degrees. It gets pretty hot, very steamy. But just bring a shovel down here and dig a hole, find a nice warm spot, jump in, enjoy. Now I've just stopped here for another cup of coffee, as you do. And after this, I'll get back on the bike and we'll head out down Gunnawara Road and out to Blencoe Falls Lookout. And I'm going to camp just off to the side of that, just out in the bush there somewhere. Try and get some, hopefully if the weather's good, get the drone up. I want to get some photos of the gorge looking up the river, so, or down the river. So hopefully with the drone, if not, maybe just with the camera off the edge there. But apart from that, the bike's going good. So this is the first long run I've actually given this bike, and it handles all right for that luggage on there. I reckon I've probably got about 50 kilos of gear on the back of the bike. So I'll just... So I mean those rig gear panniers, they seem to be hanging up all right so far, holding up all right. I did add some larger spotlights to this bike as well. The ones on it were pretty useless, they were just like daylight running lights. So I actually haven't been out at night yet to give those lights a run. That's those Aniki tyres. That's the front. And that's the back there. I have had them on the dirt before, these tyres. They're not too bad. I just want to see how it goes with all this extra luggage on it, or when I do my big road trip around Queensland. Alright, we'll finish this cup of coffee and we'll be on our way again. Alright, I've just pulled up just to check these bags, see how they're going. I'll tell you what though, those Nelson ring bags, they're not too shabby. They're hanging on okay. They're doing alright. I lost my Crocs. I had my Crocs jammed in here, but they've fallen out. But that's alright. Those tyres, those Anikis, mate, they're doing alright. They're not too shabby at all. So far so good. I've got LED bulbs in the actual headlight housing itself, and I've also got those LED spotlights on as well, so that makes it a little bit brighter. It's still raining, but we're scooting along on the dirty all right, probably doing about 100, 110. So bike's handling really good actually, better than the old DRZ 400 I had. This handles much better at high speed on the gravel than the old dirt bike. Anyway, I'll keep plugging along. If you have a look up here, we've still got 57 minutes to go, 42 kilometres, next turn off 47 kilometres will be there. Well, I've just come across the Herbert River. We had a old cattle truck in front of us, so I thought I'd let him get a bit of pace up there in front of us. I just seen this old cemetery on the other side here, so I might go and have a bit of a look. This is right down beside the Herbert River. I say no doubt there was a township here once upon a time, and it's not even that old of a cemetery. There's a few people buried here, 2001. But Herbert River's just over the back here. I don't know if you can see it, but I can certainly hear it. Well, this rain's quite consistent. It's just hanging around. I don't think it's going to bugger off. I was hoping to get out the back here, which is a bit drier, and might be a bit less rain, but it's not looking too promising. Oh well, the bags are still doing well. Everything's all good. It's still raining. I'm going to keep plugging along. Yep, that black stuff slippery. Silly as I am, I'm like right on the wet grass instead of the wet mud. Let's just do it. Well, here we are, the camp. It's a bit unintentional, this camp. I didn't really want to camp here, I just wanted to pass through, but I stacked the bike and I put my back out a little bit, picking it up. So I thought, instead of persevering in the wet, and it was getting hard to see as well, glasses are fogging up, so I was getting a bit too dangerous, so I thought I'd just pull up, put the tent here for the night, and see how we go. Now, what I'm hoping, but it's probably highly unlikely, is the rain stops and the stars come out and I'll be able to do a bit of astrophotography, which was the main goal of coming out here, was not to come out here camping, but to come out here and just do a bit of photography. I was hoping to get the gorge, the gorge over here and the Milky Way in the background, but the rain's buggered all that up, falling off the bike. That's funny, throwing another spanner in the works. My plan was to keep going back down to Cardwell and back home today, but yeah, no, that's a bit too dangerous, so be it. Camping in the rain, ton of fun. You see, I bent the foot peg there as well when I come off, so I'll straighten that tomorrow morning. I've got some tools there, so I'll straighten all that up. I set the suspension up, I adjusted the preload and the damper, and it tell you what though, it's bloody perfect. And that was just from the recommendations in the user's manual on one up with luggage. So I went one up with luggage, and I'm a bit bigger, I'm about 80 kilos, or 90 kilos at the moment, and probably about 50 kilos of gear. So I went a little bit more than what the book recommended, and I'll tell you what, that rear suspension's smicko. Typical with the BMW F800 GS, the front springs need doing. They tend to bottom out a bit and they're a bit bouncy. But apart from that, the bike handles bloody well. Unless you hit a wheel rut in black mud, and then that'll throw you off really fast. Oh well, I'll take all my wet gear off. I'm going to climb into my little tent here and eat some curry or something, I think. I was going to cook some rice. You know what, I still might be able to. I reckon I might be able to cook some rice just outside underneath this little sheltery thing here. Or it might get too hot, I don't know. I'll have a think about that. But curry and rice sounds pretty bloody good to me. Alright, there you go, good morning. It's the next day. It's not raining, so I'm quickly packing up because I reckon it's going to rain. I see the waterfalls over there. See them through that video. It's Blencoe Falls. I'll go for a walk down, have a look at, there's a viewing platform down this track over here. So we'll head over there and have a bit of a look before we bugger off. Had a pretty good sleep. Rained most of the night. Didn't rain overly heavy, but it just rained and rained and rained all night. But I absolutely crashed, so I had a pretty good sleep. Everything's wet, so I'll start packing up. And if it hangs around foggy and no rain, I'll boil the kettle and have a coffee.
belong with me. that used to see. Just imagine what our love could be. You belong here with me. I belong here. I belong with you every day here. Always feels so new. It's amazing what your love can do. I belong here with you. So come home, come home. So come home to me. So come home, come home. So come home to me. Home to me.
Well, looks like someone had the camera on and caught all that. I tell you what though, I'm bloody glad I bought these boots. My foot was stuck underneath that, underneath the bike basically, and I had a bit of struggle pulling my foot out. If it was under there much more, I reckon I would have stayed there. So what I'd done was I'd slowed down because it was looking slippery. And the old saying, momentum is your friend. And as I slowed down, the front wheels just caught that little rut and just thrown it straight off to the side. But man, this stuff here is so slippery, look. No traction at all. I don't know how I'm going to get this bloody bike out up from there by myself. Whew. It's over more than an angle of flat. Oh, we'll give it a go. Upright again. Hey look, give you an idea how slippery this crap is. Have a look at that. That's just slop. Anyway, upright again. Don't know how much longer. I was a bit worried my foot got bloody caught up under here, look, and the bike had pinned my foot down. So I pretty much had to skull drag my foot through the bloody road there to get my foot out. Otherwise I could have been here for quite some time until a car come past, which is probably once a day on this road. Well, I certainly didn't anticipate it to be this slippery, I tell you. I thought it was going to be a lot better than this. A bit of hindsight, I should have went back the Mount Garnet way. Oh well, such is life.
We belong here. We belong together. Here's my heart, dear. You can keep forever. If you're wondering where your home should be, you belong here with me. So come home.
I just found a bike washing station. Look at that. Somewhere I can try and get all this mud off. There's mud everywhere.